place to go. Let it snow, let it snow.
Hey friends, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If so, you can subscribe. The button is always down below. Post beauty, lifestyle, panning, and more. And today is Vlogmas Day 3, as well as my Pan Those Shadows finale. So yeah, today's the day. Today's the finale. I had mentioned last month that I would do the finale kind of like mid-month in December, and today is the day. I just decided to end it now because I want to kind of rotate through my shadows, and I've just been doing Pan Those Shadows for like basically like 6 months, so I kind of want to take a break. I do want to rotate through my own shadows and kind of do like a palette a day, or every day I do my makeup, use a new palette and stuff. I've gotten palettes recently that I want to recently, meaning maybe the last couple months, that I want to use. And then I've gotten palettes earlier this year, late last year, that I haven't used in a while, so I want to be able to use those and stuff like that. And I might honestly show when I use palettes on my Instagram. If you guys follow Makeup with Lainey, she's been doing that, and I've kind of been inspired. I might do something like that and stuff. I always enjoy like seeing her, so I might do something similar maybe. I don't know, maybe, and stuff. But I'm really excited to share my Pan Those Shadows finale, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first shade I had out of here is from the Zodiac ColourPop palette that was in collaboration with Kathleen Lights, and the shade I had in here is the Sagittarius, which is that one. You can tell that I've used it. There's definitely like somewhat of usage. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but in person I can tell that I have used it and stuff. Like you can slightly see scratchings. I used this 16 times, which if you guys know, Pan Those Shadows has like a 30 goal usage. That's usually what people go with. So I was a little bit off from 30 usages, but I know I mentioned in my last update that I'm trying to just get a minimum of 10 to 20 uses for each palette and stuff, and I'll talk about how close I got obviously in this video. But yeah, like I said, I had used this 16 times, and I know like it doesn't look like a lot of progress, but for me, I think I can tell like that I used it. And ColourPop shadows just in general are hard to like, especially the mattes are hard to pan. So I'm actually pretty proud of just using this 16 times and being shy a couple usages for that. But I'm proud of that, and it was good to just get like usage. Even if you don't have pan, I think it's always good to get usage on eyeshadows. So the next shadow I had panned is from the Michaela Glam Light palette, which is also a palette that I had gotten this year, and the color I was panning is Manifest, which is that shade. And I got really good usage on this. I ended up using this 7 times, so it's very close to the 10 use mark, and you can really tell that I was using that. I kind of mixed that with a lot of the other shimmers that I was panning, and I feel like there's a really good dip in that shade. There was a huge dip in that, and I feel like if I had used it a few more times, I could have possibly hit pan and stuff, and I'm proud of that. And like I said, I used it 7 times, so it was only a few usages off of like 10 uses, which is my goal from November to December, and I had almost hit that. So the next shadow I had, I believe, just added in here, and this is from the Persona Identity palette, and it's in the shade Seductive, which is that shade. And I got pretty good usage on this. I feel like you can sort of start seeing like a dip, but not really. I only had it in for a month, so of course it was a short time, but I had used this 8 times, so I was only 2 usages off of hitting my 10 use goal from November to December, like kind of I said before. And I did get really good usage of this, and I kind of got like good progress and it was good to like kind of reuse that shade again because I haven't used this palette a lot this year. And it was kind of good to get reintroduced, I guess, to this palette, and it was fun to use. So I'm happy to at least get a little bit of usage. Okay, and this is the second to last shade. So this is from the ColourPop Pressed Powder like 5 pan palette. This is in the shade, this palette is their Lyric palette, so this is what it looks like. And the color that I was panning is Verse, which is that one at the end. And honestly, no visible progress, but I had used that shade 8 times, so I only had 2 more uses. I actually really like that matte color too. I think it's really nice. No visible progress, but I did use it 8 times, which for only having, I believe this one I added in, and then also the Persona I randomly drawed in, and for both of those I think I did a really good, and I'm really proud of the progress. Even if it was just like almost hitting my goal usage, I'm proud of it. And then the last shade I had in here, I actually did hit pan in, and this is from the Love You for Stunning eyeshadow duo that I got in Ipsy bag earlier this year. And it's a baby pan, but that's still a pan. You can just barely see it, but I did hit pan on that, which I was very happy about. It took me 11 uses to hit pan, which I was so excited when I hit pan because I had been using the shade like religiously for months, and I love purples, but it was so exciting to hit a pan, and I was just so proud of myself and just so happy about it. So I'm happy to at least hit 1 pan in this. And yeah, this is my Pan Those Shadows finale. I'm really happy with my usage. And as you guys know, if you followed my channel for a while, or if you didn't know, I guess I can explain it. I used to always do pan that palettes ever since 2017. 2017 was the first year that I did a pan that palette. And that's kind of where I guess I got into panning, and that was kind of my journey with panning, is when I did the pan that palette. The next year I did a 18 in 2018. And then I started doing, and then I believe I did I did a 9 in 2019. And then of course, 2020, I even got more into panning. I feel like 2020 was just the panning year, but I used to always do pan that palettes is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've done a pan that palette ever since 2017. I did one this year, but of course you guys know I felt like the shadows went bad in that palette I was panning, so I did the finale at the 6-month mark and stuff, and I kind of decluttered that from my collection. It just wasn't working anymore for me, and so I didn't want to start like a new pan that palette, so I did start Pan Those eyeshadows, and I have decided that I'm going to keep this going and stuff instead of doing a quote-unquote pan that palette. I don't want to like reveal like all of my goals for next year's Pan Those eyeshadows. I do want to say I will be doing a Pan Those eyeshadows, but I will also be incorporating aspects of a pan that palette to that. And then also Lainey, who I had already mentioned, she mentioned in her Pan Those Shadows finale that she kind of made her own spreadsheet for like a pan those eyeshadows. Instead of like randomly generating all numbers, she's going to do that. So I'm going to incorporate, because she's going to share her spreadsheet, so I'm going to incorporate that kind of into my project. And then I'm also going to make, I'm kind of going to make my Pan Those eyeshadows next year into my own. I'm going to have like my own rules. I'm still going to be going off of the original Pan Those eyeshadows, but I think I might reduce a few things. Like, I think I might reduce goals. And then I think I'm going to add a few of my own rules to it. I'm just going to basically make it my own because I really enjoyed it, but I also felt it sometimes that, like, I don't know, I just want more freedom with a Pan Those eyeshadows. I don't want it to be like a certain amount of usages, like, or hit pan. I do want to do like obviously a goal, but I don't necessarily think I'll do something as high as 30 next year. So I'm going to leave all that for that video, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight of my thought process at this current moment. So yeah, I'm super excited for next year for panning, not just for panning those eyeshadows, but for all my projects and stuff. And this is kind of the start of the finales, because Deca Panning finale will be coming up next week, which I'm really excited for and stuff. And then I wanted to do my Project Pan finale during Vlogmas, but I actually think I will do it closer to the end of the year. I kind of want to map out my videos post Vlogmas and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm super excited for my Pan the Shadows finale. I know it got a little rambly towards the end, but I did want to kind of mention my thought process for next year's panning, and I'm very excited about it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. What did you pan this year for eyeshadows, or just in general, if you want to share what you panned? I'd love to hear about it. How are your projects going? If you're doing a pan those eyeshadows, how is it going? Let me know down below, because I would love to hear about it. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any more of Vlogmas. We have literally almost a week left, which is extremely crazy to me. Literally just a little over a week left. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas, which actually features this look. Little sneak peek. Bye!